Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck your socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay ass very faggot accent. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. So my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you. Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck your socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay ass very faggot accent. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. So my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
What's up, beautiful people? How are you today? Well, I'm still here after the most craziest day. Well, I can't say it was the craziest day. I will say that it was one of the most stressful days. The most crazy day was when Cesar Agusta, roughly about 3 weeks ago, came to my house with 2 hitmen acting like police, and then proceeded a week and a half later to pay municipal police to try to come to my house and lock me up because they're dirty. Now, I want you to understand what they did yesterday. Now, I don't know if the municipal cops had anything to do with this, but I'm pretty sure they did because they're all corrupt. I read an article, and you can find it on my Facebook page along with the pictures of the municipal police and a copy of the piece of paper they sent Laurel Aston. I didn't put my name up there because it's actually my full name and it's my real name, but the thing is, they put my middle name twice, so that doesn't make the paper legal. So this paper, I want you to understand, was basically some kind of summons to go to court according to the owner of the house, which brought me these papers at about 8:30 last night. So according to the papers, she doesn't speak very well English, so she translated it and then she typed it out. And then basically what she told me was the papers were saying it's not safe for me to stay in this house anymore, and the police will be forced to come in this house by force. This is what the papers basically say. If I didn't show up at court with Laurel Aston yesterday. Yeah, you heard me. Yesterday. These papers were found by the Gardner. He called the owner, and then the owner gave these to me by 8 o'clock last night, and I was supposed to, this summons was a summons to be in court yesterday. Not only did they put Laurel Aston's name on the piece of paper, that's not her real name. That's not her work name. That's not her ID name. That's her stage name. She's not registered anywhere under that name except for a CIA assassin. So that makes that piece of paper null and void. So my piece of paper has my first name and then my middle name twice in all capital letters, and then my last name. That makes that paper null and void. Narco cops. So whoever they have on this case is the most stupid, ignorant motherfucker, probably Cesar Agusta, and some really stupid cop. So I want you to know what I did after I received these papers. You can go to my website, Dismantle the Central Intelligence Agency, which I have not put up the video yet because it's going to take some time to render it. But you can see the pictures of all the municipal cops in front of Benito Juarez's business establishment, where I've been going to complain about the cops because all the cops work for the narco cartel. So all of a sudden, all the cops decide to go to where I film at Benito Juarez's business establishment and make a show of force. So I went there completely surrounded by cops and did a video. And then as I started to leave, about 10 to 15 more cops start driving into Benito Juarez's business establishment with their lights on. No sirens. I'm not kidding. This comes after all this. I want you to understand, all this happened after I posted on my website, and you can see the time I posted it. I found out through a specific source, I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say when or where, but through a reliable source, that Cesar Agusta paid the municipal police to basically kidnap me. Yeah, you heard me. Kidnap me. Now, I want you to understand what the municipal cops in Cancun do. You know how you hear those stories in Guatemala and all those stories in South America, which Cesar went to South America, I think it was Ecuador, for a month when we got here. He went there for a month, drug dealing. That's what he does. He's not a lawyer. So, you hear all these stories about all of these Americans getting kidnapped in third world countries and all that stuff. Well, let me tell you how they do it in Cancun. See, in Cancun, the municipal cops have kidnapping down to legal kidnapping. Yeah. In Cancun, they have legal kidnapping. Now, you're probably wondering, what is legal kidnapping? Well, let me explain to you what legal kidnapping is. Because you got to understand, these guys, these people, they're inhuman. They're psychopaths. I mean, a psychopath is inhuman. They have no emotion. They can mimic our emotion. They can mimic our behavior. But at the root core of them, they're inhuman. They don't feel anything. All they care about is themselves. They have a God complex. They want people to worship them. They want people to be scared of them, bow down to them. Does this sound familiar, cops? So they can't get this anywhere else other than being a cop. So you're not getting it from me, psychopaths. So let's get back to the legal kidnapping. I wanted you to understand that these psychopaths have this legal kidnapping down. I was reading an article that simply states about one traveler's travel to Cancun and how he says, if you come to Cancun, don't ever rent a car. Now, I want you to know, in Cancun, you can rent a car for $20, $30 for a few days. Not kidding. Now you know why. It's a game. I'm sure the municipal cops own the rental car companies. Or the cartel does. So imagine the foreigner comes in, and this is basically what happened to the guy. He came in, rented a car, because when you come in on the streets, you see rent-a-cars and all these super cheap prices to rent cars. So foreigners come in and rent cars, and then the police know what the rent-a-cars look like and know what foreigners look like, so they pull over the foreigner. And the police just basically says, give me $60 or $100 or whatever, even if you're not speeding, even if you're not doing anything, you're just a foreigner in Cancun. Give me this money or I'm taking you downtown or to the police station. And you as a foreigner are like, what? And the Mexican cops like, give me pesos or I take you. And you're like, what? Give me pesos or I take you to jail. And you're like, what? So then he calls his other buddies, and then they're all saying, gringo, gringo. And you're like, what the fuck? And so next thing you know, they're taking you out of your car in handcuffs, and it's illegal kidnapping. So then they send in a translator. Oh, you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. You got to pay 10 grand. And you're like, what? And he's like, you got to pay $10,000. And you're like, what? So, this is how it goes in Cancun. I'm not kidding. So that's legal kidnapping. I bet you're saying, what the fuck? So, yeah, this is what they want to do to me and Laurel Aston. This is what Cesar Agusta, a lawyer, which I have footage of him just, talking to the municipal cops for over like 10 minutes outside my house the same day after he had municipal cops come to my house twice and try to enter my home. Same day. I didn't get footage of that because, they caught me when I had just gotten home and I had groceries with me. And I just closed the gate and here come the cops. So I'm basically telling the cops to fuck off, and Cesar Augustus right there with municipal cops. And then the municipal cop takes out her handcuffs and says, oh, calm down, or we're going to put these on you. And I said, how the fuck are you going to put those on me? You gonna grow wings, fat bitch? Because they're on the other side of the fence. And she didn't understand me. So, this is Cancun. So you can imagine how pissed off the cops are about this. Because not only did I expose their legal kidnapping scam. Oh, gee, it's legal kidnapping, so they say. This is how the cartel uses cops to kidnap people. The cartel is run by the Bushes, the Mexican Bushes, which the Mexican Bushes take orders from the white Bushes, the KKK, Nazi, satanic Bushes. And so the Nazi satanic Bushes take orders from the Skull and Bones, which the Skull and Bones take orders from the Real Society and Satan. So, let's, now you know the chain of operation and command. Mexican municipal police, you work for the devil. Gee, that wasn't hard to figure out. 90% of them. 90%. And I can probably guarantee you the 10% that doesn't work for the cartel are some of those beautiful female cops that I've seen jogging past me really pissed off. Y'all are really hot, by the way. Just want to let you know. Those are the 10% of the cops, I bet, that probably had some fucked up shit happen to their family and decided to become a cop to fight it from the inside. Ladies, shit, they're vindictive. If you really fuck with a woman the wrong way, she'll find a way to get you. Seriously. So, anyway, welcome to Cancun. So I'm wondering if the cops are going to try to come in my house today. Hey, cops. Municipal cops. Hey, essay. Those papers that either came from fake cops or even Benito Juarez's office because his name is on it, or Cesar Agusta, or all three, I don't give a fuck. Because I sent copies of those papers last night to the French Foreign Legion, to the Kremlin, and some other people, both copies, so they can read them and see what they say. And I explained to them, see how it has my name, middle name, 2 times? And see how it has Laurel Aston's stage name? And we all know that's not her real name. That's her CIA assassin name. So nice try, cops. Cesar Agusta wasted some more money, and you guys look like even bigger idiots. And so with the footage that I shot yesterday, I mean, it's like narco cops coming in, hey, you're fucking with our money. You're fucking with our scam. Yeah, they have legal kidnapping here in Cancun, people. So I want you to know that I broke that story about Cesar Agusta paying the cops to kidnap me because he couldn't have his hitmen come in the house and kill me. So this is plan number 2, you know, on the cartel's kiss of death. So what's next, cops? So welcome to Cancun. Yes, this shit is real. You can't make it up. So even if I die today, my movie will be legendary. So I honestly, I've never in my wildest fucking dreams would imagine like shit like this would ever exist. I mean, this has got to be the most stupidest shit ever. Now, I want you to see how psychopathic Cesar Agusta is, and all these cartel cops and all these people that have been doing this for a long time. And they're inhuman. This shit is so unbelievable, people. But I want you to understand, in their world, this is normal. They don't talk about this in their world. They pride themselves on this in their heads. When a municipal cop or a drug dealer, lawyer like Cesar Agusta is sitting there talking to you, they're plotting how many ways they can literally take money from you and fuck up your life. They're psychotic, psychopathic, inhuman. They're not human. I mean, being human requires a certain way of thinking, and you have to have your frontal lobe of your brain, which is your emotion and empathy, which they don't have. They have no empathy. How could you like sit there and literally pull somebody over, ask them for money after they didn't do anything, and then literally take them to jail and say you're not getting out of here unless you give me $5,000, $6,000, $10,000? Literally. There is no empathy or emotion in this, and so I want you to understand, to be human, you have to have empathy and emotion. Psychopaths do not. This is why they're inhuman. They can mimic our behavior. They can mimic emotion because they learn this from being around other people, and this is what people do. Psychopaths can pass a lie detector test because they're so psychopathic, you can't tell when they're lying. Now, when you're dealing with psychopaths, you can do one or two things. You can run and get the fuck away from them, which most people, honestly, ladies, untrained people, that's what you should do. But me, I'm a professional. I don't advise any of you to try this shit at home. So, you can be like me. I've been doing this a long time. When Nika Geru / Tom Boxer / the Paracelsus Romanian Cartel, the international female cartel smuggling the most beautiful women in the world, Romanian, Russian, Moldovan. I mean, if you haven't seen those women, oh, ladies. So these guys smuggle these women. My girlfriend, my wife, the woman that was carrying my child, they killed her. So I want you to understand, when you finally meet the woman of your dreams, because she was a nurse, and she was the sweetest thing ever, and she was 23 years old, and she had never been with a man. She had never been out of her own hometown. When she came to visit me in Bucharest, it was her first time to go in another city in Romania. I also didn't have money at the time. I had shoes that had a hole in the bottom. You know what this woman did? The next time she came to Romania to visit me, she wore an old pair of her shoes with a hole in the side to make me feel okay that I didn't have money. Just to give me that level of comfort. Just to say, I'm with you for the long haul. I'm really with you for this. And the Romanian cartel took this from me. I want you to know that you have no idea how much strength it took for me to just not go get a sword and to start fucking hacking each one of them up. Which, basically, this is how I feel about all cartel. Because of what they do to any woman. Any woman. And I can honestly tell you, they look for women like the woman I found. They pride themselves on finding good women like that. Good women like here in Mexico, good women that are in Russia, good women that are in Romania, good women like that. Smart women, intelligent women, hardworking women that have your back no matter what. So the cartel took this from me, and then they paid everybody in town not to book me at their clubs. So I couldn't find a job. I ended up losing my home, and I ended up staying in the snow. One of the things I never revealed was this, staying in the snow and surviving in those temperatures. That was somewhat of my training for the Legionnaires, because they wanted to see if I could take it. Because don't think my training with the Legionnaires started in France. It didn't. My Legionnaire connection comes from Bucharest, Romania, through a friend of mine, which I'm not going to say his name, but I can tell you that he grew up with the Romanian kickboxing champion that quit being the French legionnaire for 2 years and went to Romania to become the kickboxing champion. That's where my training started, with him. Now, can you imagine a Romanian man knowing about the cartel in Romania and knowing how things go? Because you people really don't understand, like, this is common knowledge in Romania. The women, when they're born with fathers, they either have a father that protects them or that will sell them to the cartel. One or the other. And all you Romanian men know I'm telling the truth, because I was told this by many of you. So when you go to Romania, the men are very protective of their women for 2 reasons. Because of this, or they just want to fucking sell them. So I want you to understand the mentality in Romania. You can't fucking comprehend it if you haven't lived there. You'll never understand a Romanian woman. You'll never understand a Romanian man and what they grew up and lived under and what they consider is common. So I want you to understand, after the cartel did this to me, Mr. Cesar Agusta and municipal police, I went in front of all Nicăgheru's establishments, Fashion TV, Buffalo Steakhouse, which was renamed Margaritas, and now I'm sure they call it something else, which is owned by Liviu Moranu, or was, and had a brothel in the bottom. Also, he had a restaurant or a bar called The Dining Room, which also had a brothel in the bottom, which is located in downtown Bucharest in Universitate. Both restaurants are. Or were. I'm sure they were just given to some other fucking gypsy and, the business just continued. But don't worry, I'll be back in Romania sometime soon, motherfuckers. So, those businesses, Club Space, anybody here of Club Space? That's Nicăgheru. Yes, Space Ibiza. Nicăgheru is also known as the King of Spain for increasing the female cartel in and out transportation into Spain to save Spain's economy. So they called him the King of Spain. Ha 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 ha. That's space music, space clubs, Space Ibiza, international space music, female cartel. I went in front of his businesses, narco. You know, but none of y'all talk about it. You don't want your little psychopaths knowing what the fuck is really up. So, hey, little narco psychopaths, why don't you ask the big narco psychopaths what's up? So I went in front of Niku's businesses with a camera, talking about his businesses being female cartel. You can still see all those videos on YouTube, narco stupid fucks. They're still there. Those are my first videos. This all started with her. And it ain't gonna stop until I'm dead or you're dead. All of you. It's as simple as that. So, I'm still here. And I got stupid fucking Mexican cops and a man staying across the street from me with a brother that's a known drug dealer. And he's the lawyer that, gets all the drug dealers off. He stole 70 grand from me. And then he tries to deliver these fucking half-ass papers to me, which the owner of the house says, oh, it's not safe for me to stay in this house. After we paid this motherfucker over a year's rent, that's over $12,000, people. And then he stole over $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 from Laurel Aston in diamonds. And these motherfuckers just expect me to walk out the house with no money and sit out in front of my fucking house with all my shit, with no money to pay for a fucking hotel, no money to do shit. So all them can laugh at me and drive by me and say, yeah, Cartel, we did this. You're out of your fucking mind, psychopaths. Because this is exactly what they're trying to do. And trust me, they've done it to me before. I did it. And that was Romania. You don't live in those temperatures outside unless you got special training. That shit will kill you. During Romanian winters, if you don't have heat, people freeze to death in their homes. I lived through that shit in the snow. How? I kept walking all night. And then at 5 o'clock, I got on the bus and got 2 hours sleep. And then walked around the parks and shooting fucking videos. And then uploading it at Orange because they have free internet. Which is, again, was right by Fashion TV, Nikageru's establishment. So not only would I be shooting videos in front of his place, I would go right on the street behind him and upload them to the net. Cartel. So I want you to know what you're up against, SA. You ain't kidnapping me. You ain't kidnapping Laurel Aston. You're not getting away with stealing her fucking money. And Cesar Agusta, your little bitch, ain't getting out of this. And everyone that's involved with them, you're either going to jail or a fucking bullet. You doubt me? I mean, what do you think, motherfuckers? You think that I'm just gonna sit here and let you come in my home and kidnap me? And then ransom me? Because that's what you do? That's your game? You probably have a Mexican name for it. What is it called? Jacking? So anyway, I just want you people to know what's really going on and how things really go, because you can't write this shit. You can't make this shit up. And I know, people, it's unbelievable. This is my life dealing with psychopaths. To my Romanian friends, when I told them about my stories before I came to Romania, which consisted of me being homeless in California and dealing with Bruce and George Lucas in Mendocino, because that's where the CIA has their other setup. What's up, Daughters of Job, the Freemasonic Lodge that's in downtown Ukiah, Mendocino, where you motherfuckers tried to kill me there too. And that's Bush CIA country, Cartel. Those are Bush CIA cops in Ukiah, California. That's where all the CIA retire to grow weed, in Ukiah, California. Cartel. They took me there, and my body was supposed to end up chopped up, buried in the mountains. due to Bruce, the man that killed my father, because they told him, you need to clean up this mess, it's getting out of control. And he couldn't. And that was in Ukiah, California, when I was up their ass, Cartel. Where Prescott Walker Bush, where his brother's from. In Ukiah jail, and you can Google it. Google Maps. Look at Ukiah jail. It's located on Bushwalker Street. And across the street from Ukiah jail, where they put me, where I was supposed to die, is a cemetery. You don't get out of that jail. So Cartel, this is what you're up against. You stupid fucking piece of shit psychopaths. So, what's your next move today, huh? The papers you served me clearly aren't legal. And clearly now you can be held liable to a lawsuit along with Benito Juarez and whoever else has anything to do with these papers. I could go to the consulate and get a lawyer, but nah, I'm not going to. I'm going to wait to get my money and then move and then seek legal counsel. Because you can't fucking touch me, morons. You never could. Oh, you can dream about it, and you can talk about it and plan it, and let us get recordings of it and pictures of you doing it, morons. But you can't fucking touch me. Kind of like MC Hammer, can't touch this. So anyway, people, have a good day. Stay awake, stay aware, and yes, this shit is more unbelievable than the Obama-created Mexican border American crisis. I mean, I really can't believe that these Mexicans just can't fucking figure out that they're just being used. That's all, they're just being used. I mean, they're the doormat for the fucking CIA and their drug distribution and their murdering of women and children. And the municipal cops are the enforcers of this, the narco cops. They can't figure shit out either because they're psychopathic. They're so addicted to power. I mean, I can guarantee you they have a game where they hunt foreigners that rent cars and then take them to jail and then get the payout, and then they divide the payout amongst themselves and then pat themselves on the back for just taking money just like that. Not kidding. They're addicted to that shit. And the police sergeant, good job. Now we can buy everybody brand new fucking trucks. Did you see all those brand new trucks? Trucks aren't cheap, people. It's Mexico. These motherfuckers are driving brand new trucks. So anyway, check that shit out. Where's that money coming from, Mr. Benito Juarez? I mean, if Mr. Benito Juarez is involved in this, there ain't shit I can do for him. All I know is municipal cops, show of force after the day after, and you can go and look at this video I posted under here. After the day after I did my video that's entitled "To Russia and the Legion with Love and Respect." That's what I called that video. When a little, narco cop gets in my face. For the first time at Benito Juarez's establishment, you can see all the other videos. No cops get in my face. But then, you know, they put a narco cop there. That gets in my face. He's like, shut up, shut up. It's like, what? He's like, shut up, go, go, go. I was like, what? So I said, I'm here all the time, motherfucker. I said, don't tell me to shut up. If you were a real cop, you tell me to be quiet or tone it down. He's like, oh, you can't be here. I was like, what? I was like, are you a narco cop? You work for the cartel? And you could see the look on his face. He wanted to say yeah, but he didn't because he's on camera. But you could see it. You could see it in his face. You can see these psychopaths, how they just want to say, yeah, I work for the cartel. I mean, when you ask them, and I finally got this shit on tape. Excuse me, technical difficulties. These municipal cops, I can tell you now that they get off on seeing this shit go down like it does. I mean, when that cop got in my face on the video that I recorded before all the cops show up at Mr. Benito Juarez's place, I mean, you can see me asking him when he comes over, shut up, move, you can't be here. And I'm like, what? And he's like, go, go, go. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm not gonna go. I'm shooting my video. I've done plenty of videos here. I said, where else are you supposed to go when the cops are on the narco payroll, when a man posing as a lawyer is a drug dealer, steals $70,000 from you, and then you're running out of money, and then he's sitting there using your money that he stole from you to pay cops? Where else are you going to go other than the president of Cancun, who's probably also on the narco payroll? I mean, everybody seems to be. So then I go to Benito Juarez's establishment, and lo and behold, all new trucks. Here you go, cops. You got your new trucks. Get him. Was that how much money Cesar Agusta paid the cops? But on this cop's face, you can see when I asked him, do you work for the cartel, cop? You work for the narco cops, when he's telling me to go somewhere. And you can see on his face he wanted to say yes. I mean, you can see this on their face. I've done this to a lot of these cartel motherfuckers. I'll just walk up to him, you work for the cartel? And they get this smile on their face. And oh, no. But they're saying, yeah. You can see it. These are psychopaths. This is psychopathic behavior. This is what they do. I can tell you right now, because I am, a bit of a super psychic, and the cartel know now. So I can tell you, I was going to a grocery store to get some tofu, and there's a restaurant right next to it, and there's this cartel motherfucker sitting there with this beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous Latin woman. So he sees me walk by, and he gets this look on his face, like he's scared, because they all know that when I walk by him, I talk. I say, what's up, cartel motherfucker? Tell your big guy they're dead, all of them. And I'm talking to them to tell the Bushes and the KKK and the Nazis and shit. But that has to go up through the chain of command, So I've been doing this when I walk around. Because, shit, they put the kiss of death on me. What do you expect? So I want you to understand that the word's gotten out amongst them. So this motherfucker's scared because he's with this really hot Latino woman. And she don't know. All she knows is she's with this nice dressed Mexican man in one of Cancun's nicest neighborhoods. So when I come out the grocery store, he's looking at me, and you can see it on his face. He's like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Because he wants that pussy. So I'm walking by, and I said, another dead cartel motherfucker. And then the girl and her friend that's with me, they look at They look like a shock, and they're like wondering who I'm talking to. And I like look straight at the guy at the table they're sitting at. And then her friend that's sitting across sees the look on his face. Ain't nothing but guilt, fear, don't know what the fuck to do. I mean, what the fuck would you do if you're a cartel guy, a pompous windbag, thinking that you're like the man of the town? You got the cops, you got the CIA, you got all the biggest drug dealers in Mexico. And then this one black man comes and just deflates everything. Just by saying 2 words, walk on by. Just walking by. This is how I walk in Cancun. This is why the municipal cops are pissed off, and also because, you know, they're guards that were basically pimps at the Americano Mall don't work there anymore. So they steal 70 grand from me through Cesar Agusta. So I wonder how much money have I taken from the cartel through prostitution and stopping that at the mall? How many Mexican women's lives have I saved and demonic babies being created through the cartel? Whoop, whoop. So anyway, welcome to Cancun. You can't make this shit up. And when I get my movie deal, or die trying, it's still going to be unbelievable, because there's not shit you can do, Mexicans. There's not shit you can do, Mexican Gulf Cartel. Believe it or not, how unbelievably powerful you thought you were, this is your takedown, and I did it without firing a bullet. I did it by walking past your cartel fuckers, and now they tremble because they all know me. They all know the guy in the boots, the black guy, the guy in the blue cap, the blueprints. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. Know me as your ending. Because if I die today, if I die right now, it's just going to open up more whoop ass on all of you. Plain and simple. So even if I just keep going and doing this, it's still going to open up a can of whoop ass on all of you. This is the truth. This is the paradox that the cartel in the Ukraine came up against. They never seen no shit like this. But I want you to know, people, this is very real. Live, learn, don't ever be afraid of these fucking demons. Because they ain't human. They're possessed by demons. They feed on fear. The frontal lobe of their brain is completely destroyed. They have no empathy. They have no emotions. They're sex addicts. They are power addicts. They're compulsive liars and deceivers. They are fucking walking demons on this earth. Recognize what it is. Walk in the light. Love and peace. Ladies that are out there in the struggle, stay wise, stay strong. Don't ever fear no fucking devil. Take these recordings as a lesson. Take these recordings to give you strength and to give you knowledge to push on and to understand how to walk with God at your side. Love and light. Peace. Hello, beautiful people. This is part 2. I added on to the last video because after I recorded what you just heard, the Cancun municipal cops show up across the street at Cesar Agustas' house. There was a truck filled with, it had to be at least 4 to 5 officers in the back, so 2 in front. So that makes about 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 officers in the truck, and then a municipal car, which had officers in it, all show up at Cesar Agustas' house. I took pictures of them, I filmed them, and then the municipal cop that was in the car drives around and drives to the front of my house and honks his horn. Yeah, and just sits there and honks his horn. That's what cops do. They come outside your house. They don't even get out the car. They just sit in front of your house and honk their horn. I mean, I didn't take a picture of it, but I swear to you, this is what happened. So let me tell you what I did. I immediately took pictures, took video of the cops in front of Cesar Agustas' house. That's what you're looking at right now. And that is directly across the street from my home. I want you to understand, this man stole over 70 grand from me and Laurel Aston, then delivered me fake papers, which, you know, he showed up with 2 hitmen and then threw these papers on the ground, I guess probably saying to the cops, oh, that was my lawyer friends trying to deliver these papers, and the papers that the guy had was not these papers. The papers that the guy had much more writing on it, and they were full. Now, I want you to know about the 2 papers that were delivered to me. The first paper, I don't read Spanish, but it has my address, and it has my first name, and then it has my middle name twice, and then my last name. Null and void. Also because it's not in English. Municipal Mexican cops. I don't read Spanish, so international law stipulates if you're going to serve me any kind of paper, it has to be legally served, not thrown on the ground in front of your apartment, given to the Gardner, or the Gardner found it, and the Gardner tells the landlord, and then the landlord comes with a brief translation of what it says, and basically she says it's not safe to stay here. That's what the paper says. And I need to go to the consulate and get a lawyer. The same American consulate that's pretty much in arms with the cartel, because all the CIA guys, even the CIA fuckers that live in this neighborhood, are all American CIA drug dealers. So I'm supposed to go to the American consulate when I fought nail and tooth to get Laurel Aston out of America, out of the hands of the CIA, and they want me to go back to ask the CIA American consulate for help. Okay, yeah. So, then on the other piece of paper, they have Laurel Aston's name. Laurel Aston did not come in the country with the name of Laurel Aston. I'm not going to tell you what name she came in the country with. It's none of your fucking business. Laurel Aston is her CIA stage name. It's a fake name that the CIA gave her as a cover. And now we have legal papers, you know, that are in a CIA assassin's name, Mexico. She technically is not supposed to exist, but now she does. So this is what's going on in Cancun. I'm going to tell you what I did afterwards when I saw the cops at Cesar Agustas' place. I got online and posted on my website the municipal cops are in front of Cesar Agustas' place, and they're not just going to show up with a truckload of cops and another cop behind them if they weren't planning on trying to do something. They don't ride around with that many cops in the back of their truck. So they were planning on doing something. I can guarantee you that. They were planning on trying to force their way into my home. Now, I'm really quick. I posted what was going on the French Foreign Legion's page, on the Kremlin's page. And then all of a sudden, just one cop comes in front of my house and honks. I'm not kidding. So, Cesar Agusta paid the cartel to come and kidnap me and Laurel Aston after he stole $70,000 from us and after we paid a year to stay in this house. And after the landlord gives me these papers yesterday and says the Gardner found him on the ground. The Gardner found him on the ground yesterday. This is how the Mexican cartel operates. The papers aren't even legal. They don't even have the right names. So I sent copies of these papers to the French Foreign Legion, the Kremlin. And I should have sent them to Interpol too. Actually, I think I will after this video. But actually, I didn't tell you, I contacted Interpol. Yeah, that's what I did after all the other stuff. I sent Cesar Agustas some messages telling him to fuck you, you fucking drug dealer piece of shit. How much did you pay the fucking cops to kidnap me? Oh yeah, I keep sending him messages. Like, what's up, drug dealer? You should read the message that I sent him. I should really take pictures of him because it's like if you had a chance to like blow up somebody's phone, he's a fucking drug dealer that you hate, that stole 70 grand from you, and this motherfucker's working with the CIA and Go Cartel, so he thinks that his phone is invincible. He thinks that his phone is untrackable, untraceable, because we're talking about the Go Cartel run by the CIA. So I've been sending messages, what's up, drug dealer? Fuck you and your whole entire fucking drug dealing cartel family. Fuck your drug dealer brother. Shit like this. And he still has his phone on. How do I know he has his phone on? Because I called the number. He took the answering service off. So I want you to understand these psychopaths. If you're a drug dealer, okay, because I have known like a few, because I'm gonna be honest, I have smoked weed at points in my life. I haven't in a long time, but I know for a fact if you use like words like even chronic or weed on a dealer's phone, it's like that's it. He gets rid of the phone, throws the phone away, gets a new number. That's normally how it goes. But no, Cesar Agusta, who is a cartel lawyer, who his father is a doctor, probably a cartel doctor, and his brother is a known drug dealer. That's who he has, Rayatech, the garbage company, that, I'm not supposed to know about that, but I found out about it. You want to know how I found out about Rayatech, Caesar? I found out about Rayatech from going to the office in Americano Mall, the office that he told me, yeah, this is my office. It's huge and it's lush. And it looks like he has some serious money, but he only rented it for 6 months to scam people. So I went to that office and they said, oh no, this is not his office. He said, this is a place where people rent office space. I said, what? He said, yeah. And then I told them what Cesar Agusta did to me and how he told me the diamonds were in this office in a safe. That's what he told me. And I told him this, and so then they said, no, Cesar Agusta only rented this place for 6 months, and he rented this office under Mauricio, or it's not even, the office isn't even rented under Mauricio and Associates. It's rented under Rayatech, a garbage company. So right there, then I knew what was up. Stole diamonds from me. Opens up his office, his new office right across the street from me. Runs a garbage company. People, garbage companies are used to smuggle drugs and bodies and whatever the cartel needs, because if you're going across the border and you have one of these trucks, they fill the trucks with barrels of drugs or a body, and then pump the truck full of like shit and piss. So when you drive across the border, all the dogs are gonna smell is shit and piss. All the cops looking at your truck are gonna smell is shit and piss. Get that fucking truck out of here. This is how the Mexican cartel smuggles drugs. And so Cesar Agusta had a garbage company that he was registered with at his office in the Americano Mall. That's where I got that information from, Cesar. So after all this stuff this morning, I posted the police pictures, the stuff that happened last night, the show of force of the dirty municipal cops in front of Benito Juarez. Let me tell you something, Benito Juarez. Benito Juarez's name is on these papers also. Okay, I'm going to tell you something, cops, how I like you to play stupid, okay? I'm going to play stupid. I'm going to go in front of Benito Juarez's business establishment and act like he's a good guy so I can shoot videos and talk about who I am, just like I did in Romania for the head of the cartel, Nicageru. I'm going to tell you something, Benito Juarez. What, you don't think I know that you don't get to be the president of a corrupt city like Cancun without being corrupt yourself? Without being put in that office by the CIA and the cartel? Motherfucker, please. These are the same motherfuckers that put in presidents. And you're the president of Cancun. That's the Benito Juarez that has, what, all the new cop trucks in front of his office last night. And then while I'm shooting my video, 10 more cops drive up. They don't want the cartel money to stop. They don't want the kidnapping foreigners coming to Cancun to stop. They make too much money doing it, all of them. I can tell you that in Romania, and all Romanians know this is common knowledge in Romania, that the mayor of the seaside of Romania, you can't have a business on the seaside without the mayor owning half of it. I'm not kidding. Constanța, that's how it is in Romania, and everyone knows. And Constanța has a U.S. military base. These guys were assigned to kill me also, Mr. Benito Juarez. I was working for a known Freemason and an 8th degree black belt named Take, who trained military officers, who also owned a business called Empanada, where I was working when my girlfriend didn't show up, where I opened the business as a DJ the first day of his business, you know, and he brought Duffy, the singer, the UK singer, out. I opened that show. It was the same day Michael Jackson died. Duffy sang one of Michael Jackson's songs in tears. My girlfriend didn't show up. She just vanished. So that cartel, that's what they did to me in Romania. So now they're trying to legally kidnap Laurel Aston and me with these dirty fucking cops. Because the cartel are psychopathic and they don't stop. At this point, people, can you see they don't even think? See, a person that's thinking, a rational person with a fucking brain, wouldn't do shit like this. I mean, who goes out in front of somebody's house and honks their horn and they're a cop? Who shows up with 2 municipal police cars and municipal police with a truckload of cops in the back and then sends the cops to just honk at you after you take pictures of them? Who does this shit? I can tell you, psychopaths. Anybody that's human and thinks like a rational human, don't do shit like this. I am up against psychopathic cops. Psychopathic drug dealers by the name of Cesar Agusta. So I posted his articles and the dealings of the cops on Interpol today, cops. The French Interpol. I also sent them a very enlightening email about Laurel Aston and her being an ex-CIA child trafficking victim, and also training with the French Foreign Legion. So she's also technically a legionnaire, you stupid motherfuckers. And that's legal, technical. You can confirm that shit. I didn't talk about all the other shit that they can neither confirm nor deny about me. I just kept it what they can confirm. I also put in the letter in the email, not over Facebook, the email from my email, that the cartel killed my girlfriend and that I fought the CIA to get Laurel Aston out of the United States, and now the cartel is trying to kidnap her and me. After Cesar Agustas steals over 70 grand from me and sets up his office across the street, after he pays the dirty municipal cops to do what they always do, kidnap innocent people. It's a racket, it's a market that even Benito Juarez has his hands in. You don't have a racket like this, I can guarantee you. Maybe, Benito Juarez owns the rental car companies. I can guarantee you a cartel motherfucker owns the rental car companies and keeps them cheap so foreigners will rent them, and then cops will pull them over and say, give me $100 or I will take you to jail. And you will sit there until you pay me $5,000. And then I will let you go. And then this person gets 500, this person gets 500, the big guy gets 1,000, and the person that made the arrest gets the rest. It's a racket of legal kidnapping in Cancun. So if you think, cops, and Cesar Agustas. You have a prayer in hell and getting away with this? Wake the fuck up, you psychopathic motherfuckers. And Cesar, I hope you can hear me. I hope you're over there in your office wondering what the fuck your psychopathic little ass is gonna do now. Walk outside and throw your head up, bitch. I gave Interpol your number so they can what? You think Interpol can't bypass CIA shit and look at the messages I sent your little bitch ass? You think Interpol can't what? Get backtrack of my messages? Motherfucker, please. A fucking 2-bit hacker can get that shit. You think Interpol probably don't have records of your whole fucking family. And y'all got your little nice little, oh, we're protected by the CIA Mexican bushes. You can't touch us. Oh, really? Okay. You really don't know how much the French like the Bushes and 9/11 and fucking Americans, period, motherfucker. You really don't know how little the French like what Americans do, and you really don't know how little the French like Nazis and the KKK and the Rothschilds, who's the biggest sore to the fucking French. You really don't know that. But you're gonna learn, motherfucker. So anyway, that's how it goes down in Cancun. So if anything happens, if they try to come in my home, I will fight them. I have a legal right to fight them. And I can guarantee you, Laurel Aston, she can take out a small army, and so can I. So I hope you got a small army, cops. Because I don't want it to go to this. But when motherfuckers try to come in my home illegally, when I have every right to be here, because you get paid to kidnap and steal from people, and then you drive by my home honking your fucking horns? I mean, they've been doing this all fucking morning, honking their little sirens when they drive by. Psychopaths. Normal people don't do this shit. But this is Cancun, people. And Benito Juarez, don't think I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm not stupid. You don't get a presidency without them putting you there. And you being like a big part of it. In every country, it goes like this. Peace.
Fuck you, fuck the plane you flew in on, fuck them shoes, fuck the socks with the bell on it, fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent, fuck them cheap ass cigars, fuck your yuck mouth teeth, fuck your hairpiece, fuck your chocolate, fuck Guy Ritchie, fuck Prince William, fuck the Queen. This is America, but my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room, and if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you. Look, fuck you, fuck the plane you flew in on, fuck them shoes, fuck the socks with the bell on it, fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent, fuck them cheap ass cigars, fuck your yuck mouth teeth, fuck your hairpiece, fuck your chocolate, fuck Guy Ritchie, fuck Prince William, fuck the Queen. This is America, but my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room, and if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you. Look, fuck you, fuck the plane you flew in on, fuck them shoes, fuck the socks with the bell on it, fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent, fuck them cheap ass cigars, fuck your yuck mouth teeth, fuck your hairpiece, fuck your chocolate, fuck Guy Ritchie, fuck Prince William, fuck the Queen. This is America, but my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room, and if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Honking.